Hello future designers, welcome to another tutorial at ABC. Today I'm going to be doing a cut. Okay, so as usual using simple shapes. So I already have my artboard and then I'm going to provide you with the background. Okay, so the background provided in the document, so that's your resource folder and then you can use it. This is just to help me not to make the code very lengthy. So I'm just going to put it here on this new artboard and then I'll have to lock it. So just here in the layers, I'll just lock it. So it's locked so you can move. So let me lock all items. Okay, so lock all two. So we are going to start by drawing platform. So with the rectangle tool selected, just draw and then rounding the corners. So rounding the corners with the nose. I'm going to use the eyedropper. So I on the keyboard for picking the eyedropper. That's a shortcut. So I'll give it this color value by picking the color from the other artboard. Control C, Control L to copy and paste in front, and then use the up arrow key to move it up. Then I'll have to select this. So then I on the keyboard, and then I'll darken, give it a darker color. Okay, so let's see what else we need to do. Sorry. So now we would have to do the ball. So I'll just select the ellipse tool. Then with the help of the shift key, I'll draw the ellipse. I on the keyboard. First, let me move this up. So Control C, Control F, and then I'll move this up. The arrow key. Then I'm going to use the eyedropper to give it this color value. Okay. So bring it down with the arrow key. Okay. And then I'm going to give it a sharp a reflected light. A reflected light, and then just move it with the arrow key. Okay, so I'm going to group this. So with the help of the shift key, I'll multi-select this and then Control G to group them, and then I'll move them. That said, let's move to the other side. I'm going to do the eye. So the ellipse tool. I'll pick the rectangle. So okay, so let's do the head of the cat first. Okay. Then I'm going to round in this with the help of the nodes at the corners. Then let's stretch it a bit. So I would have to enlarge it a bit. So in the moment, for now, let's just work on changing the color. So with the help of the eyedropper, I'm going to give this color value. Then I'll enlarge it. Control C, Control F, and then I'm going to move it up. And then I'll select here, that's the down. Then give it a darker color. Okay. So now let's select the star tool and then change this to the points to 3. So you want a triangle. Then I'll reflect it flip it along. That's vertically. Then I'll rounding it. I like rounding the shape, so. And then just click this, Control C, Control F, and then use the arrow key to move it. Okay. Just separate them all, set them apart, and then select these two. So click. Okay, so with the help of the shift key, we double click. Then let me bring this in front, arrange, and then bring to front. Okay. So now let's just click on this. Let's click on this, and then let's enlarge it. Okay. I'm going to click on the triangle, that's the ear of the head, and I'll move it to the left with the help of the arrow key, the left arrow key. I'll move it to the left. I'll do same for the right ear to using the right arrow key, move it to the right. I'm going to have to select the ellipse tool, then hold on shift. So you want to do the eyes of the cat. Hold on shift. I think the shortcut for the ellipse tool on the keyboard is L. Okay, so I've changed the color to white. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. I'm going to reduce it, resize it inside. I'll give it a dark color. So eyedropper again, give it a dark color. And now let's just multi-select with the help of the shift key, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. And I'll just move it. Okay. So if you like it this way, you can do it that way. So multi-select them, just enlarge them. Okay. So I think this size is okay. So let me select this tool, that's the head, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. We are going to use that to form the nose. So I'm going to reduce it and then bring it, position it here. Okay. Right click, arrange, and then bring to front. So I'm going to have to change the colors. So just Ctrl plus to zoom so that I notice what is actually happening or what I'm doing. And then let's use the eyedropper. Then pick this color. Then click this. Use the eyedropper eye on the keyboard and give it this color. It seems to be the same color, so I have to change the top. Okay, so I have to go and click on the top shape. Okay, so click on the top shape, then eye on the keyboard, and then I'll give it a light color of the orange family. So now let's do that of the let me just select these, then enlarge it a bit. Okay. Okay, so I just stretch the base. Then I'm going to have to select these and group them, Ctrl G to group. So you do the reflected light on the nose, so rectangle, and then just draw. So draw the rectangle. Oops. So cancel. So you draw the rectangle and A on the keyboard, and then I'll just rounding it. So A is a shortcut for the direct selection tool. And I'll give it this color. I'm going to position it on the nose. Now let's use the arrow key to just position it well, and then we can decide to resize it or enlarge it, whichever way we want. So whether reduce or enlarge it. So for me, I chose to reduce it. And now we want to form the whiskers of the car. So Ctrl C, Ctrl F on the reflected light. So move it back. Okay, move it here. And I'll use the eyedropper to do this color. Click and rotate. Use the arrow key to position it well. Okay, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, and then now I'm going to flip. And then I'll move it down. Okay, so how to copy? So duplicate. So shift and then hold this. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Then I'll flip it horizontal along the horizontal axis and then move it using the left arrow key. Okay, so let's do the math of the cut. So with the help of the ellipse tool, I'm going to do so I'll need to use stroke. I'm not going to use shape. So I'm going to cancel the fill. So I'll cancel the fill. and give it I think 3-point stroke or 4. Okay, so we have our stroke. Then I'll click on this. No, I'll rather click. Let me give this color. Darken it a bit and click OK. Okay, so I'm going to turn it into a semi-circle. I think I've chosen the wrong tool. I think I chose the pen tool. Okay, so that's not what I want to use. So I'll just click A on the keyboard, or just select the direct selection tool. So A is the shortcut for the direct selection tool. Now I'll click here at this point and then hit delete on the keyboard to take it out, this part out, so that I get a semicircle. Okay, so that's it. So we can click on the cup, rounded cup, so we get a rounded end or point for the shape or the stroke. So we would have to convert it into a shape later on. Let me reduce it here. Okay. Then I'll go to objects and then expand and then check fill and stroke and then click OK. Okay, so you can see it's converted into a shape. So it's no longer a stroke now, so it's now a shape. Okay, so I'm going to select the rectangle. So they're supposed to do the I think cuts have some kind of they're just supposed to help us form the math. Okay, so click A. Let me move this to the left, and A on the keyboard, and then click the rectangle, and then rounding it. Okay. Now what I would have to do here is just Control C, Control F on the circle, and then I'm going to flip it and then move it to the right. Okay, that's how we just group them and then position them here and then resize them. I'm going to move it up with the up arrow key. So I would have to enlarge or stretch the base. So I have to stretch this, that's the head of the cut. Okay, so now click on the head, then stretch the base. Okay, the down part of the cut, that's the head. Then bring this down a bit. Okay, with the help of the down arrow key.